Hi, today we're going to talk about the ultimate skill to learn in 2019. Now, everyone talks about this like it's freaking obvious. It's in so many YouTube videos, it's in online courses and podcasts, but you know what? Forget my hand here, but 99% of people have no idea how to do it. It's like the people who bang on about it just assume that it's as easy as riding a bike. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not. It's time consuming and it can be a total waste of time if it's not done properly. And what is it, you might ask? I'll tell you. It's this word, research. For something that's so incredibly important to the success of any business, it hardly gets mentioned. As for learning how to do it, nobody ever tells you that. Okay, so why is research so important? Because business decisions need to be based on facts, yeah? Because if you don't have the facts, you can't make a good quality decision. Too easy to make assumptions and to be dead wrong. 42% of business failures occur because there's no market for their product. Now, what would have happened if they'd gone and asked the market before they started and got some facts before they started? It's even more critical for small businesses because you don't have the luxury of getting it wrong too often. Now, research provides the answers to where to put your feet as you walk your business forward. Now, whether this is market research or pricing or employee research, things always go better with facts. Now, what types of research are there? Well, there's qualitative and there's quantitative. Qualitative research is used to gain an understanding of underlying reasons and opinions and motivations. It provides insights into the problem, and it's also used to uncover trends in people's thoughts and opinions and to dive deeper into the problem. And you normally use unstructured or semi-structured techniques to actually get to that, such as focus groups or individual interviews and just watching what people are actually doing. And the sample size is typically quite small. Quantitative research, on the other hand, is used to quantify attitudes, opinions, behaviors, and the other kind of variables like that. And then to be able to generalize results from a much larger sample population. So it uses measurable data. And from there, it can formulate facts and also uncover patterns in research. And the collection details are a little bit different. They're more structured and they include various forms of surveys like online surveys, paper surveys, mobile phone surveys, face-to-face interviews, telephone interviews. And why am I telling you all this? Because you as a small business should learn how to do research properly in order to inform the decisions that you make, and you will need to learn the difference between qualitative research and quantitative research. The bottom line are the questions. What is a question for quality, and how many is a question for quantity. Right, there are 6 steps to conducting good research. Step 1 is to define the objective, okay? Perhaps the most important step in the research process is to define the goals of the project that you're undertaking. In other words, what is it that you're trying to get at? There's typically a key business problem or an opportunity that you need to take action on, but you don't have all the information that you need in order to make that decision comfortably. So by stating the business problem clearly, you'll be able to keep your research focused and effective. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to think about the research design. So your research design is like your detailed plan of attack. First, you're going to determine your market research method. Is it going to be a survey? Is it going to be a focus group? Is it going to be one-on-one interviews? Whatever it happens to be. So then you think through the specifics about how you're going to identify and choose your sample. In other words, who are we going after? Where are we going to find them? And then you plan where you're going to conduct your research. Is it by telephone? Is it in person? Is it by mail, internet, and so on? The third thing you need to do is to prepare your research instrument. Okay, this is the document, the method that you're going to use to collect the information. If a survey is the most appropriate tool, then you'll begin by writing down your questions and designing a questionnaire. There is so much information available on the net about how to do this. Don't worry about it. you will become an instant expert. It's actually very, very straightforward. So please don't think, oh my God, I can't do this, because you know what? You can. This is the part of the process where you start executing your plan. Now, here's a rookie mistake just to be aware of. Asking questions in a way which confirms your biases, okay? I'm going to tell you a little story. I used to work with a guy years and years ago called Ray. He was the maintenance manager in a very, very large pulp and paper mill. And he had 500 staff working under him. And he came down for an interview which I was conducting. He walked in, he picked up the CV, he looked at the guy across the other side of the table and he said, "You look like the sort of person that would work all the hours under the sun if you needed to, am I right?" And the guy said, like you would think, "Yeah." He said, "Good. Okay, Steve, he looks good, hire him." And he walked out. That was it. He asked one question, confirmed his bias, and of course he got the answer he was looking for. Okay, don't do that. Step 4, you need to collect your data. All right, and that is the meat and potatoes of your project. That's the time when you're administering your survey, or you're running your focus groups, or you're conducting your interviews, and you're doing whatever it is in order to be able to get the information in. Now, each nugget of information you get is precious, like a gold nugget, and it'll be part of these great conclusions that you'll soon be able to draw based on what you find out and not your impression. Another rookie mistake is going to the easy ones where people will just tell you what they think that you want to hear. You know what? That's actually not very helpful. Step 5 is you need to analyze. Okay, analyze your data and find out what it is that it's all telling you. So you've got this heap of raw data sitting in your lap. If it's on scraps of paper, you'll probably need to get into a spreadsheet so that you can do some more analysis. And if it's already in a spreadsheet, then it's time to make sure you've got it structured properly. And once all that's done, the fun begins. Now you can get, once again on the net, so many tools that will help you with your analysis of all this raw data, and will help you build some tables and graphs or whatever you need to do in order to be able to get to the root of the problem. You segment your results by groups that make sense. For example, you might decide to segment by age or by gender, or if you've been out talking to restaurant owners, do they do Italian, do they do French, do they do fusion, whatever it happens to be, and look for the major trends in your data. So you start to formulate the story that you're going to tell, and then you find somebody to tell who isn't going to agree with everything that you say, like the cat does, because the cat will just agree with you on anything. Step 5 then is to communicate your results, okay? Because as soon as it comes out of your head through your mouth, you will think about things entirely differently. You've spent hours going through your raw data and building useful summary tables and charts and graphs, but a great way to present the data is to start with the research objectives, like what is it that we set out to do, the particular problem that we were trying to solve, restate all that at the start, and then present your recommendations based on the data to address those issues. Remember to look for insights and answers and recommendations, even if it's just to you. The mere fact that you're collecting all this information and writing it down is going to make a huge difference. And so the kind of person that you want to talk to is somebody who asks, but why? Now don't get impatient. That person might be saving you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of wasted time and effort, because getting an objective review of your research is absolutely critical. Otherwise, it may be just confirming your biases and your strongly held beliefs. Research should actually challenge what you believe, not automatically support it. The whole point of going out and asking other people is not to argue with them when they give a different answer to the one that you want. It's to actually listen to them. It's being objective. So what's the point of research if all the answer you get out of is, see, I was right all along? That's not research. We've got an example for you, which you'll be able to see up on the screen. And as you can see, it takes you right through step by step how you're actually going to put this research together. Here's the market research process in one page. And you'll see that it walks us through an example of how the process works in action, starting with a business problem called, how should we price this new widget? And if you follow all the way through, you'll see exactly how it works. Right, now, let's talk about where you would use research in your business. Well, you might want to check that your preferred market wants what you have to offer. You might want to define the potential size of your market. You may need to analyze their preferred methods of communication. You might want to figure out their pain points and the changes that you need to make to your solutions in order to match those more accurately. You might want to check on the pricing expectations of your market. You might decide, I need to find out about my new product launch, whether people actually want it. Marketing and businesses in general, which operate without data, it's like driving with your eyes closed. You wouldn't go and do that. But businesses that go out without doing research, without getting facts, that's what it's like. It's like driving around on the road with your eyes closed. Albert Einstein once said, if I had an hour to solve a problem and my life depended on it, I'd spend the first 55 minutes designing the questions to ask. The Japanese productivity experts asked why 5 times and then how. Okay, there you have it. Research, the unlikely ultimate skill for 2019. Once you learn how to do this, you will transform your business. Now, as luck would have it, we actually go through this in quite a lot of detail in our online course called Monetize Your Service Skills. We want to make sure that you know exactly how to find out the things that you need to know about starting up and running a successful business. That's all in the course. If you want to find out more about the Monetize Your Service Skills course, then you'll find the link below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It'll help support the channel. If there's anything that you'd like for me to talk about, drop it in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that bell icon and be part of the notification squad to get notified every time we upload, because I respond to questions in the first hour. I'll see you in the next video, and I'll catch you later. All right.